Hello, guides and goddesses. Welcome to Side Divine. It's been a while since I've felt the need to put out a message. Took a break. So let's see what messages are here for the masculine and feminine. And again, these are just collective considerations for whoever needs it most at this time. Okay? And I am feeling a little drawn to the letters. So let's see what's going on here. And this is, again, collective consideration for the masculine. Okay? I don't know why the words PIN come through. P-I-N. Does someone need to do something involving a PIN number? Changing, alteration. So right away I see be aware of nosy individuals. What do they want? Nosy ones. Be aware of being tested. Someone may be asking you questions right now, being nosy. What do they want? They want you. Okay. You will know who this is by the way they walk. I don't know. That must be a thing. All right. Okay. And one fell out. Well, that's clarification right there. We got a blank. Okay, so, okay, two blanks. Ooh. Interesting. Right. All right, let me put these blanks over there. There's an L here. Hope that's, is somebody interacting with a blonde tease? Well, okay, that was fast. All right. And my letter readings don't always go that fast. All right. Okay. Well, so there's an alteration. I feel like there's definitely clarification that needs to go here because is it a little ride or is it an ill ride? These are not the same, right? So, okay. Let's see what's going on in the mind of the one who is teasing. Ooh, comes right out. Okay. So someone coming through with these ideas, right? They want to have a good time with you, a little enjoyment, right? Maybe someone who's someone's looking to restore, bring something back. Oh, I want to get that old thing back. Hold on. Sorry if you could hear the extra sounds going on. All right. So someone doesn't know how to communicate. Be aware of that. This is someone who is holding back fairness, balance, honesty, themselves, whatever. But it is someone who's holding back on being logical. So be aware of that. Sneaky deaky. Okay, what do they want? I'm going to put this here just so we know. Clarify the ride. Oh. Oh. Okay, so someone's looking to get a new start, but they ain't good at getting things started. They're just good at stalling things out. So, I suppose that's where the tease. So someone might be trying to get a little something, right? They may be looking, oh, okay, there's a masculine. Mm-hmm. Now, in this situation, it is deceptive. It's a fraudulent energy. Someone is not presenting the most honest version of themselves. Now, this can be lust, greedy lust. Be aware of someone who's not ready to accept their contribution to things breaking apart the first time or whatever. Maybe they don't take responsibility in relationships and where things fall apart. They just make things happen because it's the cycle they know. So be aware of someone coming towards you with fast passion, fast love. I hear George Michael. If you're looking for fast love, someone who's feels like they've been hurt enough that they only know how to have that quick, fast love. They don't like the idea of being tied down, right? Oh gosh. So you get be mindful of obsessions or someone coming your way who is not really quite as attached to reality as they could be, should be. And it is an indifferent energy. They don't. So be aware of that, right? It is someone who doesn't know how to change. They're aware that they need to change. It's there, it's visible. But maybe they don't stand in the mirror long enough. They just keep walking past the mirror. Masculine energies, be aware of the test. This is the time of the test mirror. I don't feel like it's y'all's mirror, though. I feel like something about you at this time is helping someone see the mirror for themselves. Yeah. Ego. The one keeps coming out. So you may be helping another masculine energy, or maybe y'all are going through it. You know, I ain't always trying to point fingers at nobody. Somebody could be possibly going through an awakening of sorts. Will they fully awaken? Ooh. changes. I know those aren't the words, but I heard turn and face the frame. Ooh. It's a challenge for whoever you're dealing with at this time. Wow, I almost stuttered there. Whoever you're dealing with at this time doesn't know how to communicate, so be aware of that. It may be you may be looking at someone sideways, like, what did you say? Or you don't make sense. It's somebody who simply doesn't know how to communicate. Be aware of that. They're inspired, they're interested, yet they cast out the wrong idea as a norm. That's what they know. It's a very weak-minded way of behaving, but it's how they see the world. It's how they see themselves. It makes them present as a false person, right? It makes them come across as a liar, and they do. So this is an old lover, or maybe you have a new lover in this space that you just have a different awareness of, like you know them, right? So you're aware of the energy that they put out. But they're in your space to see the mirror. Now, how are you supposed to deal with that, masculine? Let's get some advice. Well. You're on the right path, guides. All right? You're doing good, okay? Angel guides are at work with you, trying to help you, like, question the math, if you will. There's the 8 again. So for both of you, however many are involved, I don't know how big the party is, you're both getting experience, right? You have a little bit more than the other, and they learn from you. A little bit, right? And I feel like it's a great opportunity for clear communication. Even if it doesn't truly educate or enlighten the other guides, it feels like an opportunity for you to learn better communications. Here's the 1 again. I don't know who the narcissist is. We're just going to come. I don't like that word anymore. I'm going to change this card. Because narcissism, in and of itself, comes from something going on in the childhood that was taught. It's a taught way of manipulating the energy around you. And some people can take those lessons and become greedy with them. Some can just, spread more damage. And it comes out in a number of ways. They can come out greedy. They can be, they can realize loneliness, find someone to take the space, and then push them out again. Because they're making emotional choices. That's what they know how to do. It's what they were taught. It's what was done to them, whether it was from the mother or the father. Someone taught them greed in relationships. Someone was, emotional. And it wasn't a proper balance of emotion. They, may have watched a parent not deal well or cope well with loss or the breakage of a relationship. And out of that might have come greed or lots of lusty behavior, right? So be aware of being in the environment or the energy of someone who needs a transformation. They need growth, all right? Your help with this person needs to be limited. Very limited. I don't know if I'd even go for this whole tease ride thing. But people gonna do what they gonna do, right? Be aware of temporary energies coming through. And I get that it's a 2 because of the blank here. So it can be 2 people who are just, have free time to mingle and do things. Nonetheless, your guides do want you to still protect yourself from negative energies. And I don't know why the word harvesting. Okay. Weird. Okay, be aware of negative people, negative harvests of energy. The harvest could be something that was seeded, planted, suggested, being open to letting someone come back through or come into your space. Right. Stay on the right path, right? Especially where it comes to quick relationships. Quick circles around the block. Someone may be coming through and they have plans to balance things out. They may talk about it. They may be craving connections. But they're really better at stalling things out. They're better at breaking up. They're better at feeling overwhelmed. They have these fears and, again, don't know how to communicate. Okay? So be aware of that. Okay. I feel like there's a second one. Hold on a minute, masculine. This feels like random message. Not masculine, not feminine. Hold on. Let me uncheck that. Okay. Something's going on here, March. Not in the month March, I said March. Hold on. That's weird. That popped to me. Hold on. Is someone named Elm? Mel? Elm? Mm. Numbers. Numbers. Forgive. My brain just went blank. I was looking for a word and then okay. Somebody's trying to get, okay. This is, hold on. Oh, okay. All right. Be aware of being misguided, misled. This is collective. I don't know who this is for. This came through. Be aware of somebody. So the word that comes. Oh, Jesus. No wonder. Okay. So at the bottom of the, be aware of somebody trying to make you sacrifice yourself at this time. Maybe using you for some. Oh, what is this? You may be being guided to stop doing something or doing something for someone. What? Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know whose data this is. Please be careful if you got somebody putting a battery in your back on something. Oh my God. So this is okay, so you may have something coming back from the past. Something to do with thought. And the work, the duty can involve travel. Okay. And that flew over the whole like little thing here I got going. This went far. Okay? You are being guided to make use of your intuition. You have it, whether you make use of it in regards to whatever it is, the game masters. Look at this. It's really, I don't, okay, so be aware of the seed planters. Someone wants to make others a sacrifice for something. And I don't mean like anything movie or cinematic. It's just having someone doing someone's bidding for them. Be very careful, okay? It is someone who expects you to give even if it hurts yourself, or give without the awareness of harming self. Hoping that you're so blind by energy. Oh my goodness. I ain't even reading that card. How about that? It's someone hoping that you're so blind to the game that you'll just, robot. It's a great dance, but it should stop there on the dance floor, right? We get the user and the abuser, the criminal element, and silence. Okay, and it's someone who depends. Look, incoming silence. So it is someone who, be aware of someone coming into your space who wants you to give so much of yourself that it hurts. Someone wanting you to fight their fight. I see someone in a chair while another is dressed in military or combat fatigues or something. Hard hat. Wow. So the word I heard was act now. At the bottom here is think. There is a denial that is supposed to be dealt with. Maybe you... wow. Listen, looky here. Someone is counting on you being easily provoked. Be aware. Shit. Guides and guidance says, I haven't felt a message in a while. Real talk. I've not felt any messages. I was like, everybody must be chilling like a villain. I'm going to clean up my energy. I want to do some different things. So I have been like really going, like, creating and stuff. So I don't feel high anxiety around this message like I am some of my other pop-up sort of messages. But someone wants you to do their dirty work. Okay? I don't think this is good at all. This is somebody who takes advantage of the way you think or the way your energy, your passion. It's like, let's say, like, I couldn't fight, but I love to headbutt strangers at the mall. And I've been to the mall. That's probably why I brought that. Okay, let's say you want to headbutt strangers at the mall, right? And instead of doing that myself, because I know I'm short, I'm going to get my butt kicked, right? And it's not going to end well for me. So instead, I make friends with, like, Shaquille O'Neal. And I know how to talk to Shaquille O'Neal to get Shaquille to love my darkness and like make it their own, so they think. And I'm like messing, with energy and data of Shaquille, right? And then I take Shaquille to the mall and I have Shaquille do my butt kicking for me. And I still get to headbutt people, but now I don't have to worry about getting curb stomped. Okay, so we get the friend and the enemy. I'm your friend, but really I'm your fucking enemy. The guide says, I'm gonna need you to be careful. So, as you recognize this, you may want to know why. You may have questions. The universe says get over it and work to clear your energy. Like legit clear your energy. Okay. Be aware of your emotions. That's what they were counting on. Chaos and peace. Look at that. Someone's counting on your emotional state. Counting on you being the one they can count on to do a what? The word fluffy. Light and fluffy? Okay. Someone expects you to be have a certain energy when the button gets pushed. You may get a message or a contact of some sort with someone wanting to juice you up. Steroids. And it's energy that you have to unlearn before they can unlearn it. Others have to disconnect from the matrix, is what I heard. Disconnect from the matrix, maybe, of the provocateurs. The provocateurs on the throne. Be aware of someone. Okay. At the bottom is alternative timelines. You have an opportunity here. After going through some things. Damn. The word that comes through right now is recruitment. Be aware of someone trying to get or bring others in to tell a story, do their bidding, dirty work for them. Anyways, the wood killers. Someone who wants to do some things, to cause some issues, right? And what they're hoping is that they can give you minimal benefit for maximum gain. I know that's not. Whew. Someone wants you to fight on their behalf. Or join their fight, or express yourself as chaotic as they do. But they aren't the ones that would take the hit. Or go through get the impact. Someone wants you to do their dirty work. Watch yourself. Guys, says somebody may be coming through wanting you to put your head on the chopping block. And they just know you're going to do it. No, I don't like it. Harmful matters. You are aware of this at this time. They hope that you forgot. They expect that you forgot. I don't like this at all. Be aware of walking into this again. Be aware of going into this because you feel like there's some need, or it's your competitive nature. It is the sneaky being snuck up on. How about that, right? The ideal position is to move on. The ideal is to be charitable, but not towards conflict. The ideal response is to remember lessons of the past and go with actions before words, right? So if this is someone coming in who's coming in with this great fiery story, like you shouldn't. If that is not your current data at this point, you know better. Gravity is a thing. There is, sometimes there's a lot of power in silence because you get to look at the situation instead of trying to inject yourself into it. Lord, I'm done. Let's move on to feminine. So this is the time of thinking, whoever that side bit of data was for. Be aware and please be careful. It just feels like someone wanting to make use of your power over self, right? And they want you to use it in a way that's beneficial to them only. How about no? How about just no? Let's move on to the feminine energies. What's going on with you? The word that comes through to me is book. Could also be box. You may have to what? Ooh. Keep your mask up if you need to. It is like flu season or something? Someone around you may be getting ill. So stock up on your cold and seasonal stuff. Make sure you're on deck, ladies. Beware of someone coming around you not acting their age, probably more so acting their shoe size. And unless they look like Prince, you're going to pass on that. Okay. Someone is lost. Beware of someone being lost. You may also have to, I don't know what this has to do with anything. Be aware of sewing. Is your sewing kit in stock? This could be popped buttons, something you want to wear or need to put stitch back together. Make sure your sewing kits are good. Or at least know where it is. How about that? I keep getting robbed. Be careful of someone robbing you or trying to steal or get you to spend money on something you don't need to. It doesn't feel like necessarily at gunpoint or anything like that. It feels like buying something too soon before it goes on sale. Be careful of that. Overpricing. Okay, what's going on with feminine energy? We have a blank, so you have some choices, options, yes. Ooh. Okay, sorry this is going a little slow. Effect, cause and effect. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. Oh, what? It's interesting. I don't usually accept words that are misspelled in the messaging, okay? So I feel like, I don't know why I feel like that is something in these letters. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Zeke? I normally don't like names in my readings either. So I'll just go with keys. And now I know that key, like a key could be laughing at somebody, but I'm old and I'm not hip to all the young terminology. I first saw it as keys. Keys, connections, links. Someone who is a thinker, considers themselves a brain. Ew, hold on. Well, that just flew out and I didn't even ask nothing, so I'll just put that there for a second. Be aware. Yeah. Somebody may be holding on to some, could be evidence. Ooh, there's law and order. The heat. We get completion here in these 3 cards. So someone may have created a sequence of events or have the data. They've observed, watched, tested. Maybe clarifying someone's lies. Someone's greed, someone's guilty pleasures of misleading or doing bad things. This can be, what? I hear Sherlock Holmes. Maybe somebody's been doing enough research that they have the answers they need. So when the BS comes back around, there's a cycle that is being requested of you, guidance says, whoever's feeling their feminine energy at this time. Someone wants your support, right? They want you to clarify. They want to get you in that think trap again. This can be 2 energies having an issue about who's telling the truth. Someone who reaches conclusions with their emotions, and then someone who thinks their way through things. Be aware of someone repeating old bad habits, no progress. And this is someone not going through the test, not taking the test and clearing up and moving forward. They're not taking the test at all. They're simply just going through all of the stuff that goes with the test. They're going through all that. Repetitive cycles. Look. There is an ending that needs to happen. It really is. It is time to move forward, move on. There is a cycle of time and energy involving a group situation or others, period, that needs to stop. Needs to stop. In order for you to grow, in order for you to move to the next cycle, there are energies that you have to move forward from. And this may have to do with an addictive state of mind. Be aware of that. 3 comes out again. This can be lying to the self, regarding others, letting lies build up. This can be the result of lies that have built up over time, that have now gotten to a point where someone is refusing to be clear about that, move forward, accept the lesson. And so it's like I saw an image of someone running around a gate, but stuck on the inside of it, not the outside, running around on the inside of a gate. Being aware that there's an outside, not really moving towards it. Mm. Be aware. This feels like multiple messages. Guide, it says be aware of new partners on a sensual level. Somebody, and okay, clarify easy. Someone may be coming your way in lust or love. They have not grown, they have not matured. They are still a liar. They're coming to test their power. They're coming hoping that you will be submissive. Coming through hoping that you'll love the instability that they bring to the situation, yet being a whole liar. Liar, 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 pants on fire. What they want is to know that you will still open the door and let them through. Because in the past, you may have said or done something to destroy their ego. They struggle with that, right? It is someone who's very combative. They don't know how to control themselves. They have the ability to be a good guide or a better person, but furniture is where it's at. They have one mission, one goal. That's all they know. Be aware of single-use furniture coming your way. And even though they may act one way, it's the opposite to really on the inside. And that's why they act the way they act. And yeah, so I don't really know how much further I can go with that data. I mean, that's pretty much there. So yeah, be aware of Easy E trying to make their way back into your space. How about no? Mm. I don't like the Easy E part. I really don't. I keep staring at that. Let's get some angel advice. Okay. Someone just wants you to trust. They trust that you also have no options. Oh, wow. It's like, be aware of someone coming back and they're trying to change, but something about their fixed energy draws them back. This can be an attachment to bad behavior or an addiction of some sort even. It just could be mental distortions that they have. It's the way they see things. And they know they believe that you see really the truth behind their illusion or their mask. Beware of inviting beware of inviting in another spin cycle of ridiculousness. You may get divine intervention. If you are open to that, you kind of do need to, and if you are open to that, you should express that, be willing to listen, and be willing to be okay with nothing happening. Be aware of someone coming your way who, they want the harmony, they want the healing, they want a fresh start with you, but they're not good at that, okay? And protect yourself from negative energies and negative people. Be aware of a lust cycle. It's like they want you to show more love the way they want it. Be aware of that. Coming back into your space. This takes time and energy. Easy E. Don't be easy. Easy E. Now, okay, I say that, but then let me say this. If there are two energies and this is a user coming back and there's nothing wrong and you guys know what it is, you know what it is and you know what it ain't, and you have no problem detaching, and you are aware, and you're aware that they are just a rebel in this realm. You accept that? It is what it is then. Do you think? But be aware of, okay, be aware of looking beyond the words. Take notice of the action and the attention. Okay? This may be an opportunity to be over it again. There's an ending that is supposed to happen here, but it must be chosen. It must be chosen. The next path must be chosen. If this is just lust because my card of impulsive sex comes through, if you know what it is, then it is what it is, right? Be aware of if you interact with your past, you're being as selfish as they are, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So be aware of quick decisions. Someone decides that they want to make quick decisions, but they may be returning to with the intention of ruining. Yeah. Easy read. You should be able to see this energy for sure. Okay. So yes, okay. Jeez. Be aware of someone coming your way who is going to veer you off. They have the ability to veer you off the path. And I read ISO is in search of in this instance. Other times it involves camera and lighting. So it can involve, this can be like you get a light shined on a situation. This is definitely somebody coming back to try to ruin or run up in it. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, they're back to ruin and use. So if you're asking about why someone may be trying to get your attention again, can be someone from the past. And there's a use for the blank. Yeah, so be aware of being one of many in line. You just may be next up. Okay? And what they're going to give is just a little bit. Okay? I don't know why I get the mention of food. Nonetheless, be aware. Jesus. Be aware of being next in line on somebody's real legit hit list. And I don't mean like they're going to take you out, but it's more like, who's next? Who's going to have useless interaction next? Next up on the Rolodex, energy. What is their intention? One back there. Ooh, well, that hit the floor. So you have someone who's going to come through trying to pretend to be honest. Someone who could have had a better situation with you had they just been honest. They have trouble communicating. I feel like this was already delivered. But they do have big ego. And they miss the connection. They are absent of the connection. They have indeed been watching you, though. But they'd be a liar and never admit that. So they've chosen to be rebellious. They may be looking for a reset. If, Lord, they just don't want you to talk about it, okay? So there is a masculine ego coming their way who desires changes may express that. They ain't changed nothing. Beware of gaslighting. In this instance, I do not. Okay, at the bottom is a test. If this is your data and you got somebody from the past coming back, it's a test. Speaker box is what I hear. They want to see if you've matured or changed. All they want is sex, though. And they may not understand how your mind works. And whoever this is returning, they've spent a lot of time in their own trapped ass mind, whoever that is, Lord. And they don't know how to look at you in any other way than the way they see you as being one of them. Lord, this can be a narcissist energy, narcissist-ish energy. Maybe somebody who practically blows kisses to themselves in the mirror. Guidances? No. How about no? How about just no thanks? Beware of someone coming back in your space. They are feeling guilty, but it's overridden by anxiety and them being mentally broken. Someone has an influence around them that's greater than their ability to be logical with you. Be aware of that. Right? And they've been feeling like trapped or been waiting for you to turn cartwheels in their direction. You may have just chosen to avoid the catastrophic water slide. That's what I saw. I saw a bad water slide. Sorry. Nonetheless, right. Doesn't it look like a bad water slide? That don't even look fun. Where are you going? You could have made that at home. This is a horrible water slide. If well, that looks lame. Like, really? You could have did that at home. At the bottom here, we have the time. You may not be interested in wasting your time on the BS. That doesn't mean you can't grab your lab coat and test a little bit of the data just to make sure if you're truly over the energy returning. You may don your lab coat. If you're not over it and it still occupies your thoughts for more than 20 minutes, you ain't over it. Don't put the lab coat on. Just don't deal with that energy. Right? And my card of experiments, right? Experimental passions is here. Be okay with keeping your mouth shut. How about that? Be okay with letting, if this is someone trying to get back in your space, be okay with letting them jump over the hurdles. Be okay with not coddling or trying to give someone so much rope and slack with your heart, right? And your time. They may be getting their beginning experiences, accepting their fuckery, whatever. They may be getting those new experiences with that. So use your grace and accept that everybody ain't moving as fast, in through the phases of awareness. Some people take lifetimes to get to certain levels of awareness. And I did say lifetimes with an S. Okay. So there's my card of logic. I want you to practice that at this time because you have higher wisdom than the others around you. What you choose to do with that is up to you. You can do nothing. You can sit around and match the energy of those that you know are unhealthy in your space or unhealthy to themselves. You can match that. But you'll be here for lifetimes like they are too, doing the exact same stuff. Okay? Just with different technology. Here, karma. This is self-inflicted by choosing certain cycles, choosing certain behavior. A part of the awakening and awareness includes balance. And so that may require a change of scenery, change of situation, change definitely of people you interact with, who let you in and, who you let in and out of your life and space if you know those people aren't healthy. Or you're not healthy in their energy. It's time to step out. Period. That is the logic and free will given. But it must be chosen. Beware of somebody who is poking and prodding to get you to respond a certain way. The appropriate response is acceptance and moving on. Seeing the mirrored image. You can match it or you can legit walk away from it. You can save your energy, but all things must be a choice. And in order for you to get through the test, you must be aware of it. You must say, okay, this is something that takes a lot of time and it doesn't help me grow and it doesn't help me get better. Or, okay, I've gotten enough out of this. I see the situation for what it is. I can detach and I can go give myself a new start over there. And I don't have to think about the past. It doesn't contain or own or control. This is a cycle that has been avoided. Therefore, a lot of gifts, awareness, getting to places you want, living the life you may want, a lot of that, some of that stuff you don't get to in each lifetime because of the stalling and avoiding, right? And this is hindering getting to that place of higher divinity where the mind, body, and soul are working well, where the empath isn't corroded by the outsiders. You know what I'm saying? That's a tough place to find yourself in and stay there, right? Because you have a lot of people who are corroded. And it's very easy for one corroded thing to corrode others. And once you recognize the corrosion, you can scrape it away if you want, or you can be further corroded. Like a battery, whatever. Some of you are blocking your gifts. This can be psychic gifts, the energy to work in the space, the energy to experience the higher self. You may be blocking that. And you're blocking that by focusing on wrong energies on this earth, or energies that you're only supposed to interact with temporarily to learn the lesson and go forward. Any stalling further than you're supposed to be there creates issues. It stops the succession of events to come. It stops, it impedes, it disturbs, it ruins your evolution. If that is your choice to make, cool, but life doesn't get, the same stuff keeps happening. How about that? It's like you don't get to read a different chapter of the book. Some of you are carrying a bad energy. This could have been given by parents, family, I don't care. It's old data. Some of you are carrying that energy of the past and you absolutely have to dump it. This lifetime, nothing improves. This ain't for everybody I'm speaking to. Whoever is dealing with, feeling like others, feeling the decay, the car battery decay. Things improve when you move yourself out of interacting with the others who bring that energy to you. It may require finding someone you can say everything you need to say to. Someone who would just shut up and listen. Sometimes just, so you can work through certain energies and figure out the root of the tree. You may be experiencing the branches or the foliage. You may be experiencing it, falling off the tree and hitting the ground, right? It's everywhere. And it always requires sweeping and cleaning because it builds up. It's because you're still holding on to old data. It's because you're still dealing with energies, thoughts that you haven't let go of. Lack of control, and the challenge in this lifetime is to harness the divinity over the ego, expecting others to do what you want, being a baiter, right? Being stuck in lesson mode, thinking you need to teach others a lesson as opposed to accepting your own lessons. There will be loss in this mode because it's lesson mode. It's lesson mode. In lesson mode, there's data given, there's data experienced. You either are enlightened and move to the next chapter, or you have to start at the beginning of that old chapter because you refuse to evolve. And so that energy manifests in a million ways, being provocative, being easily provoked, being stuck in cycles with the same people, and wondering why nothing new comes in. Thinking that the world is against you, or that you need to be or do something for others. It's at all points where the original self is lost, forgotten, and replaced with missions and goals of another, beliefs of another, becoming someone's role player while skipping over your own lifetime. You lose in that. It's like it's being a soldier in someone's army and not knowing and never being told what the true battle is about. Finding out long after all of the carnal damage has been done that the fight was over something that you wouldn't have really truly fought for. Nice. Logic. It's a thing. And accepting that there are situations that need to be wrapped up. Refusing to let go is the problem. Lying to oneself about what it is and what it ain't is the problem. If this is anybody's data, it may be time to go ahead and talk to somebody. It might be it's okay to just spill emotions to someone, therapeutic who will just listen. And I ain't talking about family or friends. Okay? Because what happens in holding in too much bad data, you can become someone else from that. It's like a whole different person gets built from a place of protection or a need to get back or lash out at the world. Yeah. There's definitely someone who knows how to make somebody knows how to take advantage of you because of that ability to reach, to be easily provoked, to be easily tempted. Be aware of that. You have somebody in your energy, in your space, who knows how easy it is to make use of you in a bad way. Now, Be aware of a user coming back into your space. They may have disconnected in some way with you. Maybe didn't respond or make things clear with you. I don't understand all of this message. I'm sorry. I don't know if somebody's voting for this to happen or being cool with it. It's a group. Sorry, the light's changing in here. It's a group collaboration, and all they want is people who don't have experience. And people who are impulsive. If you are easily provoked to fight, you like the battle of some sort, whatever battle it is. Someone wants you to make noise. But what you have is an opportunity to not do that. This has to do with some type of internet or digital connections, people communicating digitally. Somehow make noise. Oh gosh. Somebody wants you to use your higher level intelligence. Goddess says, I'm going to need you to hold up. Ooh-wee. No. Goddess says, feminine energies, protect your energy, and somebody is whole ass coming to stroke your sympathy bone. Okay? They want you to talk. They want you to get chatty, make noise. For them, pure ego. You are stuck in lesson mode with this. They want you to use your skill. Somebody wants you to use your talent for the wrong thing or blindly. Use your talent blindly. You have an opportunity to practice your intuition skills. Oh. Who do you trust? Who do you trust? Trust isn't even in here. I can't make trust with the letters. Sorry, last message. There may be something, somebody needs a lawsuit, something. Nonetheless, somebody wants you to help them steer the boat in the proper direction or a desired direction. Or what I get out of this message is somebody wants to make use of your influence. If you are an influencer of some sort, somebody may be asking you to help solidify a narrative. And they may want you to be a bit of a aggressive to do so, prejudice. Create the haters is what I heard. Speaking. Something that failed in the past or is failing, someone wants your help with to bring about a renewal. They want your generosity, support in the war. But in order to do that, you must be aware of others. Someone may be asking you to look into somebody or some. What? Listen, goddesses. Why is your message so long? So somebody wants you to take action on their behalf because you're an empath and you are unstoppable when you are at your best. So somebody knows how fast you can run, how good you are at what you do. You can get things out there, around, because maybe they're not able to be as strongly heard as you. They want your cooperation. There's karma attached to this. Be aware of somebody trying to rile you up, get you involved in some BS. It may involve putting your face to a situation or somehow exposure in a way you may not want. At the end of the day, they want you to create noise. What I don't like, yeah. You need to go around or out. Good Lord. I'm going with veer. So this may involve getting involved with a group, as we have 3 E's here. Be aware of being involved in group situations that you, just because everybody else is chaotic doesn't mean you have to be. This one will come with a price. It feels like a bad tour. Like a bad tour where you just know something bad's going to happen, right? I'm going to leave that there. And it's fully here too. Your sister is here too. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Take the messages as they are. And if it ain't your data, please don't. No need to comment about that. All right? If it ain't yours, it ain't yours. But if it is, please move with caution, because you may have somebody who is trying to get you involved in their struggles. Don't. This just may be a time to, I heard, is let the chips fall where they may. Cover yourself. Protect your own energies. It may be, it feels like, numerically speaking, cosmically speaking, there's an opportunity to hop onto a different timeline. It has to, again, must be chosen. Must be chosen. This involves getting back into a group situation where you know You weren't cared for properly. You weren't treated as best as you could have been treated, should have been treated. Whatever the reason for the separation in the first place, the first time, please let that, be aware of that. You got questions, they need to be asked, not being answered. It just feels like getting back into, it's like rejoining a gang. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you escaped, you got out, you left the whole scenery, right? You're nowhere near that again. But then one day somebody's like, hey, we need to fight. And then you're like, okay, I'll move back into the hood. And you do. Well, what consequences can come with that? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just discernment and being willing to detach and keep your space as cool and clear as possible. All right? Logic and balance at this time only. Again, the world is changing, so people are shifting fast, and it's chaotic. So definitely protect your energy at this time, because if you're more aware of what's going on out there, doesn't mean everyone else is. They're just learning it. They're starting to see it, though. Real talk. But be aware of the imbalance that comes out of being suddenly aware. Being suddenly aware has all these different thoughts and feelings that go with it from person to person. So one person's idea of what's next may not be well thought out. So be aware of following the leaders who ain't leaders. Done. All right. I hope this message was of use, worth your consideration nonetheless. And remember, if you want it, if you feel it, you are well. All right? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.